Ooh, it's just some guy sitting on a couch. Welcome, hope you're all doing well. The news is broken. Holy Batman. The PGA Tour say no. The PGA Tour have declined all releases to play in the London club, Live International. I'm just going to cut in right now. Here's Mr. Greg Norman.
PGA Tour in China, Uyghur issues. Happy to take their money, put it in their bank, no problem. But when you really look at, are they truly growing the game of golf and giving the opportunity for those, again, independent contractors to promote the interests of the tournament professional golfer? No, they're not. There's a lot of stuff interlinked today. No different than the Saudi investment, no different than the US government investing with Saudi Arabia, no different than the UK government investing with Saudi Arabia. Everything's interlinked.
So this
That's actually worth watching. That's Greg Norman giving an interview on Sky Sports. Credit to them. And that clip of the video, watch the full video because it's very interesting as Greg Norman gives what can only be described as a rather blinkered, naive interview about how he's A, not owned by the Saudis, B, none of the players would be owned by the Saudi group, and C, there would be all free in-lands contractors. But at the same time, they would have to be wearing branded shirts and be offered money to play in teams on a certain date, a bit like if you went and took the Ryder Cup and decided to actually monetize it and then throw money at players. A bit like the football Super League. So you've got Ronaldo there and you've got Ali McCoist. Sorry, Ali. Right, there's Ronaldo. You want Ronaldo on your team, right? So Greg's idea is, I'm going to give Ronaldo like £20 million cash because I want him on my team. And of course, there's Ali McCoist. Somebody wants him on his team. We're having a look at his form and his age and that. Maybe offer about £2 million to get him on his team. So now Greg Norman's saying that what they're going to be doing is paying players by their ability and age. So in other words, once you get to the point where you're no longer being an interesting player to watch, or your form dips, you'll get dumped because basically no one wants to watch you. And what they're trying to do is get people to pay to watch this stuff. And interestingly enough, if you want to go and watch the first event at the London club, this Live International, it's actually more money to get in to watch that golf event than it is to go watch the Masters as a patron. But it's not all about money. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh here. It's actually the naivety of the players themselves that think that they'll be doing this and they'll be getting let's look at it this way. So we go back to that little scenario there. So Bryson DeChambeau and Phil Mickelson were allegedly offered in the region of $125 million to sign on the line and commit to playing in this Super League. That is a contract, as Greg Norman says in this interview, that you'll be signing and you'll be in partnership with them. So in other words, they kind of own you. Of course, he's saying that nobody owns him, and I don't think he's read his own contract fully enough. Right, so it's absolutely deplorable what they're trying to do. They've put on all these live events, and now he's saying about growing the game of golf, but he's put on events that clash with the Irish Open, the Italian Open, and I believe the Scottish Open. I could be wrong there, but they're clashing all these Opens. If he's wanting players to be growing the game of golf, then you tend to see your own great players like Scottish Bob McIntyre. He'll play in the Scottish Open. Shane Lowry, even though he's like a superstar now, he'll never miss playing in the Irish Open. Then you've got, you know, all the Italian players like Molinari and such like. They would never miss playing in the Italian Open. Your home Open, right? You're not going to miss it. So, why schedule events that clash with majors? Not full-scale majors, of course, you could argue, because there's only the set 4 majors that we truly recognise as majors. But they haven't given their permission to play yet either. So these players that jump to take the money, well, the PGA Tour ain't going to release you. So if you do it, you're probably going to get a ban or a fine. And like I said in my previous little look at this, I wouldn't be surprised if the PGA go, you know what, I don't think we can really stop these players doing this. Let's take the moral high ground here. We'll not release them. See who goes. This is my opinion, speculation. And then when they try and come back, we'll fine them. And we'll fine them maybe $500,000 every time they do it. What a way to rake in money and keep your tour on the high ground. Of course, there are parts to this where Greg Norman mentions the fact that, well, the European Tour went in with the Saudis and it was fine then. The PGA Tour went in with the Chinese and it was fine then. Hypocrisy, trying to point fingers, all the rest of it. Trying to steer away from the human rights issues that are embroiled in this. And his argument is predominantly that the young Saudis growing up are trying to change the country within and get away from all this human rights issues, and like just last month 81 men being executed, all the other things that they've been doing, but not just, you know, it's the whole sports washing allegations that just won't go away. They tried it with boxing, they tried it with Formula One, now they're going at it with golf. Norman makes reference to the fact that in America, the PGA of America and the PGA Tour, there was a breakaway, I think he names it the year 1953, and there was a breakaway league with that, and that's how you've still got the PGA Championship, which, when you look at the entry for that, if you're a PGA pro in America but you're not actually on tour, you can play in that event if you qualified for it. You just have to be a PGA player, a PGA pro. It's a bit like, well, it is, it's the Professional Golfers Association of America, right? So you can play. Well, Greg Norman's trying to make this Super League out to be, once you join it, that's you in our gang, like it. And like I say, you know, he says, oh no, you'll have to wear certain, but you'll still be able to wear your own sponsor's logo as well. So basically, it's like a big commercial train he's trying to sell. But of course, he says he's not owned by them, and he's what was it? And he uses a word, 2-word thing, independent. Well, I can't remember it. Somebody who basically wants to go their own way and get their money where they want it and play where they want. But the whole thing is, you join a tour to play on the tour and the history of the tour. And he's saying, oh no, but we're not stopping anybody playing anywhere else. It's all these other tours that are telling them they can't do it. So now the explosion has happened and the PGA Tour have denied all releases. Now this is where it gets complicated, because like I said, for a lot of European tour players, they cross both ponds, they're a member of both tours. So that's probably them knackered as well, because they haven't got permission off the tour to go do it. So if they do it, they'll either be banned, I reckon, from playing and miss a lot of the majors and stuff like that, lose their tour rights, or they'll be fined, like I say, probably $500,000 every time they do it. And the tours will take the high ground on this, and you decide. I think, you know, that there'll be big discussions about the legalities of this, the rights, the wrongs, can they do that? Can they don't do that? I mean, if they go to court trying to say that that could take years and years and years. This could rumble for long enough. Hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be more coming up on the course with all the questions you have regarding the magic move that we've found, the lift and turn equals in the golf swing, and how if you can preset your turn, if you're struggling, you can actually lift and go up and down on the magic 45, and you'll still have the same result that you would if you tried to mix the turn and the lift together. It's a genius move that, well, golf seems to have decided over the years, oh, we can't teach anybody this, it's far too simple, we don't make any money off this. So we'll need to add bits in, and 100 different positions that you need to hit within that, and then from there we can rake in the cash on repeat business for golf lessons, because absolutely only like 2 or 5% of the golfing population will actually get this. Anyway, that's another conspiracy theory for a later date. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the wee breaking news. Everyone's for charity here. The channel ad revenue goes to Macmillan, Help the Heroes and Shelter UK. Thanks for watching.